Hey, what's up, everybody? It's DG back with another episode of The Swipe File. And on this episode, I want to give you an inside look, a secret at one of my favorite marketing plays of all time that I call the 8 Mile play. Hey, all right, look, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, one thing that I talk about a lot is how much noise there is in the market, right? If you're in marketing today, it is harder than ever to get people's attention. There is so much information, right? Everybody has a blog, everybody has a podcast. We have like 7 podcasts of our own here at Drift, right? Everybody is on social media, everybody's creating content. There's so much information out there for your potential customers. And so as a result, people know that they can get the answers without ever having to talk to anybody at your company. And as a result of that, you and I are just kind of more skeptical than ever, not as marketers, but as people, right? I do marketing for a living, and I don't want to be marketed to, and I don't want to be sold to. I know Dan behind the camera here. Do you like when people sell to you? Hell no. You don't want to be sold to, right? So we're all more skeptical than ever of being sold to. And that presents a big challenge for you as a marketer, right? Like, what the hell do you do if you live in this world where nobody wants to be marketed to and nobody wants to be sold to? And so this is why we talk so much about the power of being real and being authentic and being human. But I want to take you through an actual marketing campaign that we ran and we created here at Drift to show you how that actually plays out. And it all starts with one of my favorite movies of all time. Maybe not of all time, but somewhere in that area. And it is the movie 8 Mile. If you've seen 8 Mile, raise your hand right now. I can't see you, but just raise your hand. Okay, awesome. So, if you've seen 8 Mile, you know the last scene of the movie is when Eminem's character. This is a rap video song. So if you have to be in tune with that. Okay, the last scene is a rap battle between Eminem and this character Papa Doc. Now, Eminem goes into that rap battle everybody's expecting him to lose. His character, they expect him to lose because he's not from where all these other people are from, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short, what Eminem does is he preempts everything that Papa Doc was going to say to him, right? He says that, yes, he is white. He went to a private school. He did do this thing. 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 So that by the time it's Papa Doc's turn to actually come back on the mic and rap back at him, he has nothing left to say. And I love that because that lesson right there has been one of the secrets for some of the greatest marketers of all time. And I bet you never thought that we could talk about a thread between 8 Mile and great marketing, but that seriously is one of my favorite sales and marketing lessons. And it's actually something that I've seen over and over again. If you go back and you unpack some of those copywriting books that we talked about, some of the greatest campaigns of all time have that thread to them. One of my favorite campaigns that I talk about a lot is Avis versus Hertz. Hertz was the leading car rental company in America. Avis was number 2. And so Avis came up with a whole genius campaign that they actually led with the headline of "We're number 2," right? Why go with Avis? Go with Avis because we're number 2, so we have to try harder. We have to try harder to win your business, right? I think most marketers would be afraid to say that. Whoa, you can't say that you're not the best, because if we're not the best, then people will know we're not the best. Instead, Avis decided to flip that and say, hold on, no, you should come with us because we're number 2, so we have to work harder for your business. We'll never leave anything in the ashtrays of your car. You'll always have a full tank of gas. The car will smell amazing. You'll have great service, and that campaign was amazing. So we had this idea at Drift. It was like, how can we actually take that and put it into play? So a couple weeks ago, we did this webinar, and we said, look, what if we got the 5 reasons? What if we talked to our sales team and we got the 5 objections? We get the 5 reasons that people don't buy Drift, because they're the ones on the phone every day actually trying to help people buy, so they know why people don't buy Drift. So we said, what if we get their reasons, we boil them down to the top 5, and we literally do a webinar that is about the top 5 reasons people don't buy Drift. And we did it. And I think that that's a campaign that would make a lot of people nervous. Hold on, you're going to expose the reasons about why people don't buy your product? Yes. Because today everybody's bullshit meter is so high for marketing. And so if you can be real and be authentic, you're going to earn their trust. I also think about the experience at a restaurant. Dan, you ever go to a restaurant and you ask the waiter, you're like, first time here, what's good here? And the waiter says to you, everything's good. You're like, that's a bunch of crap, right? I like that experience when they say, all right, look, I think a lot of things are good here. I don't really like the pasta, but you gotta try this. That's what I want. And I feel like that guy is literally, he knows he's in the back of the kitchen, right? He knows if the chef is picking his nose and then making your linguine, right? And so he knows what's actually happening there. So you're more likely to believe that and trust that. So we wanted to take that and apply it to marketing. So I want to read you the LinkedIn post that I wrote for this. So I said, don't believe the drift hype. I get it. There's so much noise out there and we promote our stuff a lot. Me included, right? So we had an idea. Let's do a webinar and share the top 5 reasons people don't use drift. And that's what we're gonna do this week. Mark and I got the top 5 real objections we hear directly from our sales team, and we're gonna talk together and we're gonna talk through them together live. This session would be great for anyone curious or on the fence about buying drift for their business, and I promise we'll keep it real with you. Register here and we'll send you the video, blah, 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 blah. And the comments on this post were amazing. Everybody's like, Rocco said, I'm stealing this idea. Somebody said, I'm copying this idea from my company. This is a genius marketing campaign. This is such a good idea. You're a genius. What a killer proactive topic for a webinar. But to me, that's nothing groundbreaking. That is just us being real and authentic and being honest about what it's like to buy from us and work with Drift. So I want to leave you with that lesson today, which is think about how you can bring that realness into your marketing. How can you take that 8-mile play and what's the equivalent of that for your market, right? What is the thing? Let's say you sell video software, you sell video equipment, right? I would go back and I would think about, okay, what are all the things that people are at home wondering about? Isn't it too expensive? Do I really need all this gear, right? Who's gonna set all this stuff up for me? Instead of being afraid to address those things, get them out in the open, right? It's almost like if you've ever been in a relationship, it's sometimes easier to just get ahead of something and tell the truth before you're gonna get bit by a lie or some stupid thing you've done in the past, right? The same is true in marketing. Get up front, get ahead of stuff, and you can actually see 2 examples of. So I wanna give you 2, I'm just gonna make sure I have these links right, because I wanna show you 2 landing pages that we did where you can actually go and check this out. So one of them is drift.com/drift-vs. And this is the page that we did for G2 Crowd. We were the #1 conversational marketing company in G2 Crowd. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, we have a long section that says, still not a believer, here's what holds most people back from using Drift. And we list out the 5 reasons people don't buy Drift. Another example of that page is if you go to drift.com/drift-verse-intercom. And on this page, we actually list out all the reasons people typically buy Drift over Intercom, and we address some of the common objections and false beliefs that they have up front. So that's my lesson for today. I hope it's helpful. Go back and think about how you can bring some realness and authenticity into your marketing. It's gonna be a little scary, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but I promise you that in a world where nobody wants to be marketed to and nobody wants to be sold to, the best thing you can do is build trust and authenticity into your marketing by being real and saying what's actually going on. See ya.